The worm cult attacked the palace district. You were there, Taylor Canor. Were you injured?
It was a close call, but the Stirk Fellowship intervened and saved us.
The tides washed the outsiders to our shore for good reason, it seems.
I just thank the Three Queens they were there when we needed them.
meet again. I did not expect an underground river. Let us see what is on that barge. I can taste the river. It runs east under the mountains. It must pass through the writhing wall, or beneath it. The worm cult sends a sarcophagus to the other side of Solstice. We should take a closer look. I know that likeness. Manimarco. These are his remains. Nothing good can come from letting this sarcophagus reach worm blood.
You dare disturb the King of Worms? Gotta smash them! Look out!
Zoo! Saranor's monster knocked us into the river. Come, we need to discuss what we found here. It is not often I find a current I cannot match. Is it not obvious? They seek to bring their leader, Manimarco, back from the dead. A necromancer of Wormblood status is certainly powerful enough for the task. The Soul Reapers, the Writhing Wall. He wields necromancy unlike anything seen before. Manimarco planned to elevate himself to become the god of death. I imagine he would resume that journey. Still, I thought Molag Bal had a claim on his soul. Recalling Manimarco from Cold Harbor should not be possible. If that is what Wormblood needs to unlock the gates of Cold Harbor and return Manimarco to Nirn, we must discover what it is and make sure he does not acquire it. What kind of a gift is death, anyway? Return to Prince Azar and see if our allies have news of Wormblood. Beating him to whatever prize he seeks is even more important than we thought. You defeated him at Sancra Tor, did you not? Worm cult fanatics must have retrieved his body after you left. Manimarco had no shortage of willing followers, and I have no doubt a master of death magic would prepare a grand sarcophagus just in case. Do not be misled by the shambling corpses or dusty bones you have seen. That is the work of but a moment. With time, skilled necromancers can restore a years-old corpse to a lifelike state if they care to do so. For Manimarco, they would. May the luminance of Meridia bless you and keep you forever in its light.
I wish you could get this fucking. Kind of looks like. It's like study.
Comrade, tell me quickly, did you find the passages beneath? And did you discover what was so important down there? And what of Walks and Ash? Did something happen to Manamarco's remains? Surely the worm cult cannot want to bring back the King of Worms. Yet what else would they do with his corpse? You return with grim news indeed, comrade. What about Farinor or Wormblood? Were they there too? The fortunes of battle can be fickle. Even if Farinor escaped justice, you at least returned with information. Now we know the worm cult has Manamarco's corpse. We must endeavor to foil their plans. Meanwhile, Gabrielle may have learned something.
It's strange. Vanus' staff is definitely pulling me somewhere. I think... Vanus, where are you?
Almost. This is no good. Gabrielle, I have much to tell you. Bring my staff to Lizal. The wall is thin there. I'm in a worm cult prison. Listen, Wormblood is looking for a Sith's shrine in Solstice. I think he... A relic called... Gift of... Damn, I can't...
I think I know what we need to do. Friend, let's talk.
Lizal. That is a pass in the
I
mountains.
knew this staff of Vanus's was trying to tell me something. He made sure to leave it behind for me when the worm cult captured him at the Earth Forge. He knew we were going to need it. The message wasn't terribly clear, was it? He said he was still a prisoner, but I don't think he was calling for help. I think Vanus wants to warn us about something. He was trying to tell us how to make it easier for him to reach us. Vanus Galarian is one of the most powerful mages alive. I'm not surprised he maintains a mental connection with the staff he made with his own hands. And this wouldn't be the first time he allowed himself to be captured to get close to his enemies. Vanus has likely seen things we have not, but we have information he needs to know too. For example, your discovery of Manamarco's sarcophagus. Slowly but surely, we're bringing the worm cult's plots to light. That's what we thought. But Vanus mentioned a thin spot in the wall at Lizal Pass. If the wall impedes his ability to communicate with us, that must be because he's on the other side of it. Take the staff to Lizal Pass and re-establish contact with Vanus. He may need our help, or we may need his. I think he wanted to warn us about something Wormblood is planning. We need... Vanus Galarian is an archmage, and the longtime foe of Manamarco and the Worm Cult. In fact, Vanus founded the Mages Guild specifically to combat the rising influence of dark necromancers in Tamriel. Oh, it was centuries ago, long before my time. But what's a few centuries to a high elf archmage? Back in those days, Vanus and Manamarco were friends of a sort, then rivals. They studied together in the Sigic Order until their falling out. As I understand it, Vanus caught Manamarco practicing forbidden magic. the Psijics allowed Manimarco to leave without taking any steps to stop him. So, Vanas left as well. He founded the Mages Guild to do what the Psijics would not.
Of course, he's gonna.
We still have room if you expect to travel.
Well?
Master Merrick, where are you?
Over here! We have much to discuss, you and I.
You received my message. Excellent. I appreciate your prompt attention. New members of the Lifeblood of the Mages Guild.
especially for retrieval missions. I've received word about a possible store of ancient knowledge in a ruin nearby. I'd like you to retrieve it for me.
Definitely in the wrong spot.
Do not add to my troubles.
Not that I do my job. Only the finest wares here. That's where I need to fucking go. I hate that it automatically puts you on another damn quest. It confuses the shit out of me half the time. I can do that. That's some fucking magic to go to wall like that, though. I'm fucking. That's serious, goddamn magic.
Not so close, Patches. Wouldn't want you to come down with this gorge, too.
It's all uphill from here. We're too close to the writhing wall for a portal. But I brought grapple bows just in case. Clearly the worm cult is here, and having some trouble with the local wildlife. Not much of a pass, is it?
Now where are we supposed to go?
Cliffs ahead. See that post above the red flowers? It would be a good place to use a grapple bow. This looks like a promising spot. Be ready.
Finally. We must speak swiftly. I have little time. Gabrielle, help maintain our connection.
Speak with Vanis, friend. I'll maintain the connection as long as I can.
I assume you're assisting Gabrielle. Good. I hope she still had my stuff, but I wasn't sure my previous messages got through. Listen, I'm in Solstice as well, on the other side of the writhing wall from you. The worm cult brought me here from Cold Harbor, and they brought Cold Harbor here as well. Wormblood is attempting a new plane meld, in reverse. Like Molag Ball's dark anchors, but in reverse. Instead of dragging our world into Cold Harbor, he's bringing Cold Harbor into Nuremberg. The eastern side of Solstice is already changing. You can't, not while the wall still stands. I have some help in here, but my ally convinced me it's impossible for now. The writhing wall is an insuperable barrier, thin spots such as Lizal notwithstanding. I need you to...
Father, I see what Vanis meant by permanence. The thickness of the wall fluctuates. We need to find another weak point.
I prefer the undead to the Daedra. I saw an ogre trip over its own feet earlier. Clumsy.
More cliffs. Look for grappling points to traverse these ruins.
Right there.
Bonus is right about Cold Harbor. I can see elements of that foul
here.
place all around
Quickly,
us.
there is more
Here.
I must tell you.
The wall is
Curse
thin
the
here.
luck. I sense that the writhing wall fluctuates at random, but I assumed we'd have more time. Thin points appear and disappear without warning. How far has the Wormco's reverse plane mill progressed on your side of the wall? Daedra. That's worrisome, but not unexpected. If you aren't surrounded by lakes of azure plasm or looking up at floating islands of rock, then things haven't gone too far yet. We still have a little time to stop the worm cult. I'm not sure yet, but an army of necromancers and Daedra is massing in Eastern Solstice. Clever of Wormblood, really. If he gathered his forces anywhere in Tamriel, we would have noticed. But a cursed island in the writhing wall blinded us. Unlikely. Wormblood controls a terrible source of power on my side. Something that consumes souls. The worm cult soul reapers feed this thing. In turn, it empowers the writhing wall. Great effort. But to what?
Cut off again. We must find another place where we can speak with Bonus. I will not lose Vaughn. I will not lose Vaughn.
I will not lose on this.
Look! Up the steps! Another weak point!
Hurry, friend. Listen closely. Wormblood seeks a relic called the Gift of Death. My source tells me it's hidden in a place called Voska's Shrine. He must not acquire it. It's part of a Tibahatse court, sacred to Sithis. My ally here tells me it's in the hills southwest of Sunport. The Solstice Argonians used to play a ritual game there. A bloody one. As for why Wormblood wants the Gift of Death, I'm not sure. The worm cult brought Manamarco here. Now that explains much. Wormblood must believe this Gift of Death can resurrect his old master. It's up to you then. Stop Wormblood from obtaining the relic. If he... Damn it. Here come my captors.
I hope Vanis is alright. I don't like the way that last conversation... I don't think so. Vanis mentioned a source of power. Still, we had to invade Cold Harbor to stop the plane meld before. Good people lost. Dead. I've missed Dear Darien ever since. Now Wormblood is bringing it back? And Manamarco too? You're right, of course. We don't know if Wormblood is close to his goal. So you'd better head to the Tibahatse Shrine. Find the Gift of Death before he gets there. Or at least delay him. I'll return to Sunport and warn the Fellowship. Memory's a bittersweet thing. When I think of Darien... I suppose I can admit it. Darien was more than a friend. It started as a game. I pretended I was scandalized by his endless flirting. He pretended he wasn't serious. I wish I had said something about how I really felt. But I think he knew.
Well, okie dokie then. Alright, now where's this shrine at, though? I most definitely not jumping all the way down there. Actually, I might. Can't, to be honest with you. that's the shrine right here. Holy shit on my way.
What an honor!
I'm scared to set this. So this is a Dark Brotherhood. Maybe a Dark Brotherhood standard.
Five Claw, over here! Raz poked around. If you consider High Necromancer Wormblood to be unusual, then yes. He arrived just before you, and he brought friends. They entered the old ball court just ahead. Raz wondered if they came to play a game, but no one invited him to join in. But it would be so rude to show up without an invitation, Five Claw. Think of all the worm cultists we would have to apologize to with our blades. What exactly is Wormblood looking for again? Look at the seating tiers, the carving. Raz had no idea Tibahatze was so important.
Fellowship fools.
Aha! Look, Five Claw. Wormblood is here. This is our chance.
Destroy these interlopers. Kill them already. Even failures can serve me in death. I have a better use for these. Enough.
This one senses danger. Quick, Five Claw. Hide behind the pillar.
You are a more worthy opponent than I expected. I reclaim my power from these flimsy vessels. I will consume your soul. Tear the flesh from their bones. Defiance merely prolongs your pain. Fools! Death cannot stop me. You've come so far, only to fail. Pathetic.
Take the relic, Five Claw, and let us be on our way. Raz does not like the feel of this place. Dark man, he's coming back to life. It is foolish to fight a foe who cannot die. Destroy the columns, bring down the shrine. Raz will pin Wormblood to the floor. Five Claw, get the gift of death back to Sunford. Raz will be fine.
powerful and rugged, we embraced the darkness in our heart.
Gabrielle recounted what you learned from Vaunus Galarian. Dire, excellent news, I think. We still don't know exactly why the Worm Cult needs the Gift of Death to restore Mannimarco, if that is indeed their intention, but at least the Worm Cult doesn't have it. What happened with Wormblood? Immediate resurrection? What kind of power is he able to call upon? Only legendary necromancers or a few fated heroes can do that. If Wormblood can't die, how did you and Razumdar defeat him? You did well to keep the Gift of Death from Wormblood. Better yet, you found a way to speak with Vaunus Galarian. Knowledge is a mighty weapon in this war of secrets. Now we know what awaits us behind the writhing wall. I thank you, comrade. The Fellowship faces difficult decisions.
It takes
Let us
more
talk,
than a
comrade.
falling building to send this one to the sands behind the stars.
While you were searching Vosga Shrine, Gabrielle told me of your communication with Vaunus Galarian. Soul Reapers feeding the Writhing Wall? A new plane meld? The situation on Solstice is worse than I thought, but I might have an idea. Thanks to you, we now have something Wormblood wants, the Gift of Death. As long as we hold it, his plans remain unfulfilled. Returning Mannimarco to life, expanding the Writhing Wall, whatever he needs it for. That gives us a degree of influence. Wormblood needs the gift, and we have it. We can use that to lead him to a spot of our choosing. This provides us one advantage. An advantage I believe we must seize with all due haste. Will you help me turn the Gift of Death against the Worm Cult? We have the relic Wormblood seeks. What do we do with it?
He has Mannimarco's body. We cannot allow Wormblood to bring him back.
We have something else, too. Raz snatched this key from Wormblood during our struggle.
A key. Let me see that. Aha! Why am I not surprised Raz went through Wormblood's pockets? I recognize the crest on this key. I noticed it on a crypt by a ruined estate. Coralania Manor, if I'm not mistaken. I passed by the place when I first arrived on Solstice. Not at the time. It's a rather impressive mausoleum of ancient High Elf architecture, centuries old. I imagine some of Regent Corinway's ancestors are laid to rest there. I think you'd better look into it. One can't take on necromancers without poking around in a tomb or two. Take the key and investigate Coralania Crypt. Find out why Wormblood was interested in the place. In the meantime, I'll take a closer look at the Gift of Death. Coralania Crypt lies south of Sunport. Take someone along to help you. Scordo should do. And be careful, friend. The ancient Coralanias were necromancers too. The Worm Cult might not be the only danger in that tomb. Necromancers are always interested in the dead, friend. But Wormblood's orders to Farinor mentioned that he was looking for the Gift of Death's location. My guess is that he went to Coralania Crypt in search of information. Possibly. But the place could still be dangerous. You might run into spirits disturbed by Worm Cult activity. Some necromancers take care not to anger the dead with their rituals. Not the Worm Cult.
I'll meet you at the crypt, pal. We'll find whatever it is we're supposed to find there.
the worm called Attack the Palace District. You were there, Taylor Canor. Were you injured?
It was a close call, but the